Hey everybody, happy Thursday. It is February 29th, which only happens every 4 years. It is Leap Day. So remember what you were doing 4 years ago would have been February 29th, 2020, which was before a lot of things happened. But happy Thursday. We are going to be Facebook Live with Director of Human Resources Cheryl Hinkle, as well as a surprise guest of Director of Safety Andy Bradford. So safety message to you, because safety's in the room, and always, if you are driving, please turn this off. It will be posted to our Facebook page as well as YouTube later, so you can watch it later. If you are riding passenger at home on home time, or in the bunk, or just stopped, of course, have us on, interact, say hello, and we'll be happy. Couple people, if you can't, let me know if you can hear me. It's telling me my audio's off. So just want to make sure you can hear us before I tell them they are good. Hey, Melissa. Hey, David. Wait for a couple more people to hop on. Somebody hopefully tell me they can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. That's a good thing. All right, that's a plus, even though maybe today we're in rare form. It's Sleep Day. That's what we're going to call it. So, again, if you're watching, please turn it off. I'm going to turn it over to, hi, Michael. Hi, Josh. Hi, Jake Moffitt. Hey, Kathy. Okay, I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to turn it to Director of Human Resources, Cheryl, and Director of Safety, Andy Bradford. Here we go.
He's poised and calm, and I've been giggling over here because we are in rare form today. So I'm going to try to get my act together here and talk about a couple of things. And Andy wanted to pop on too, so we could talk about some things. So it is definitely a leap day. Okay, we're going to just leap right into this, and I'm going to apologize if I have the giggles. I blame it on the crew in this room. So.
Cheryl, you're not loud enough.
Never been told that. I'm talking really loud. I feel like I talk loud. Can you hear me now? Is that better? I just have to talk loud enough I blow everybody's ear out. Yes? No?
Nobody's answering. Let's see.
I'll just talk really loud.
There we go. Cheryl's just going to talk loud. Let me know in the comments if you cannot hear her.
Yeah, and that's really weird, talking this loud with just two people in the room. So, oh, Lord have mercy. Hopefully that's not a close-up. So today we wanted to be able to touch on a couple of things. First off, and one of the most important, I kind of want to tease a little bit of something here. So we're going to have a super innovative teen pay plan that is going to be coming out to be announced. You'll be hearing some details on that within, the next couple of weeks. We're really excited about it. We're constantly looking at where we are on the market, where we need to be. So I just kind of want to put that out there that is getting looked at, and we're going to have some exciting news coming on that. That's my teaser for the live today. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. There are a couple of things that I just want to address. We, January 1 rolls around, everybody has a resolution, seems like a lot of them is, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym every day, and then we realize that, we're on Leap Day, or maybe I need to say I realize that it's Leap Day, and, the warm weather is starting, and, I'm ready to get outside and get to working in the garden and go to the lake, and then you realize, my resolution is down the drain because I haven't done anything with it because the weather has been terrible. So, I just want to remind everybody, wellness is a mindset. It's more than just weight. It's like, making healthy choices, taking time off for yourself, making sure you're in a good mind frame. So we just always want to encourage those things. There's a lot of programs that we have within our insurance that people don't really utilize. So a couple of things I wanted to touch on today, under the ACA, preventative care is covered. You know, that is something, getting your wellness checks, that's very important. That covers a lot of different things. If you're doing screenings, you know, that are not for diagnosis, but a routine screening, those things are covered. So make sure you're doing that. You know, it's much better to find something early on. It's much more treatable than just, you know, not going to the doctor and those kind of things. So make sure, you know, if you're under the insurance plan that we have, make sure that you're utilizing all the benefits of that. Another thing that we have on that is there's a couple of programs they started. This year they have a Hinge Health, which is like this skeletal thing. So like if you have back issues or knee issues or shoulder issues, you can sign up for that Hinge Health, and there's like some little tools that they send you, and you can download an app. It's got a lot of different exercises that they can do to try to help with areas that you're struggling with. So I actually just signed up for that last week, and downloading some of the apps, you know, just to kind of try to see if I could get ideas of exercises that I could do that would help just as you get stiff. You know, we set all day, you guys back behind those wheels, you set all day, so that may be a good tool that you can utilize. And then there's a couple of other things. The Live on Go, they have a program for that, for diabetes and hypertension. That's another thing that you can sign up for. So if you guys have any questions on any of those, like things with the insurance that are not just the routine doctor's visits, feel free to reach out to the HR team, and we can guide you on how you enroll for those, kind of talk about them with you, and then that way, you know, you're getting the biggest bang for your buck on everything that's available. Any questions on any of that?
Not yet. Nope.
Hopefully they can hear me.
They can.
So, okay. So that's really all that I have to talk about. I know Andy has some things that he's wanting to talk about, so I'm going to turn it over to him.
Yeah, it's super cool. I was just talking with another person here in office about that Hinge just the other day, because lower back pain, knee pain, it's a pretty cool idea to try to help us feel a little bit better. So on the safety side of things, we haven't seen you in a little bit. Chelsea's been trying to catch me and get me on here for a little bit, but so I was happy for the opportunity to be your guest speaker today. So we do have a lot of things going on, as safety always does. Big thing that a lot of you guys know is our continual training in Carrier's Edge. A lot of you guys have probably felt those larger videos going out the last couple of months. We had our one about load securement this month. We did hazmat again last month. Just a reminder, we're just in that phase right now where we have to do our annual training for that special project, special customer training. That's something that we have to push forward, and we have to cover a certain amount of topics in that. So that's why your videos are a little bit bigger. It is the last day of the month, so if you are one of my few that have not finished this month, or the couple that haven't finished last month, let's get logged on and get those complete as soon as we possibly can. We always try to get those done in the month that they're actually on. We are also going to assign the next one here come Monday, so you guys will have that next training for next Monday. That's the actual Tri-State Roadmaster Group load securement course that we put together that we released last year, over securement policy and how we work those waste loads. So that'll be coming out on Monday. Last year, Chelsea helped us out, and we ended up putting together a pretty cool t-shirt for that. So I'm kind of the hold up on that, but we do have some exciting things coming on for that. We are appreciative that you do that training for us. Of course, safety-wise, we believe in continual training. That's how we keep to be the tip of that sword as we move forward here. So we are going to do another safety t-shirt. You know me, I like fun little ideas, so it'll be a fun one that you get to have again, I think.
But appropriate.
Yes, HR appropriate. I did have to run this with my HR. So it was approved, stamped, delivered. Next thing that I want to talk about is our cameras. So everybody knows we've had the dash cameras in our trucks for quite a while now. I can say now that most of the trucks that we have is on some of the oldest operating technology for the company that we use. I am excited to say not only have we gotten it approved to upgrade our cameras, we now have those cameras on site at our shop so we can start doing those installations. With this upgraded camera, it does a whole lot of great things for us. Clarity is just a great improvement. We went from, if you've ever needed glasses and not had them, you can see a little green blob of a tree, and that's all they are. Once this new camera is in your vehicle, it's like putting the glasses on. You can now see the leaves on the trees. It's amazingly upgraded technology from what we've got right now. And that goes all the way down to seeing license plates that do dangerous driving habits around us, so forth and so on. The other thing that it does is it gives us a little bit wider of a view than what we had on our previous cameras in the trucks. We really had to work hard to try to keep both of our hood bubble mirrors in view on the previous cameras. This camera has a wider lens, that way we can normally keep both of those, that way we can see those bubble mirrors. So that's a pretty cool adventure as well. One little downside or request that I can put out to you, we all use the Lytx Driver app, and that's what I always tell you is if you have any concern about your inward facing camera possibly being on, check your Lytx Driver app. If there's no events there, trigger an event. You'll be able to see that event on your Lytx Driver app, and you'll be able to confirm that there is no inward facing lens turned on. It should be a black screen in that area. My point to that is in our old versions of the camera, us not knowing what was going on, you guys would ask if you could put a piece of tape or something over that inward facing camera. In those older cameras, we did allow that. This new camera that we're putting out, it's called an SF400. We're not allowed to cover those up with any kind of adhesive. Like it's got to be a clean face on it, and so we can't use tape or anything to cover that inward facing lens. Like I said, you can confirm that lens is off through your Lytx Driver app. The problem is if there is ever any kind of a defect on that camera, if we have to claim any kind of a repair for our vendor on that, and there's any adhesive over that inward facing lens, it voids that warranty. And so we just can't put tape on the cameras anymore. If you have any concern about that or want to know any more information, please contact myself, Donnie Lester. Most of your shop guys even know what's going on with it. But we're just not able to put that tape on there anymore. So keep that in mind as we install these new cameras. So that's one of our bullet points. Next one is we've had a few minor incidents here recently after hours where the driver didn't contact Dan Stark. We came in kind of after the fact on the next day and kind of digging into the information. So I just want to put a reminder out there. If you guys are involved in any kind of an incident, somebody hits you, you hit somebody else, a deer runs out in front of you, antelope in Wyoming catches you, whatever it may be, please call Dan Stark as soon as you get that incident. He needs to be able to follow up, get the pictures, all the kind of stuff that we need for that. If he doesn't answer, you can always leave him a message. You can give me a shout as well. But Dan's really good about giving you a call back if you do leave him a message. But there's been a few recently that he just didn't get a call on. So please make sure you reach out to Dan. Of course, that is also an on-duty function. So just a reminder, if you are in an accident or if you are in a DOT inspection, those are on-duty functions. You do need to actually be on duty on your Qualcomm whenever you're in an inspection or dealing with an accident. So just a little reminder out there. Question?
We do have a question about the
Okay.
camera.
Yeah.
Is there a clamshell cover that will be available on the new cameras for when the truck is parked?
We'll have the same clamshell that we have for the government bases. That covers both cameras, the inward facing lens and the outward facing. So if you wanted to use it for that, okay. I don't love that idea just for the reason of parking. If you're parked and you're hit by a truck backing in next to you and the camera's covered, that's kind of a concern. Like I said, the camera itself isn't on. But if we do have any kind of a cover or anything that comes out for that, we need to just make sure it doesn't have any adhesive to it. So if you have something that can hang over that and not cover the outside lens would be best. But yeah, any concerns about inward facing, let me know. But we can definitely, my biggest advice is push one of those buttons on the camera, trigger that event so you can see it on your app that it's not on. So
One more question. Can someone explain when a driver should use accident macro versus incident macro?
okay, so accident macro is essentially anytime the vehicle's involved. So if somebody backs into you, you hit an animal, pretty much anything where the truck would be in motion and something comes in contact with the truck, or somebody claims that you came in contact with something with your truck, that's an accident macro. It's truck involved or equipment involved. Incident macro is anything else. If you end up slipping and falling down and you need to report that to the company, that's an incident report. If you have a situation that happens and you're in a really heated situation, let's say in a truck stop or something like that, another truck driver's come up to you, ranting and raving, there's a situation, you can use the incident macro for that. Pretty much anything not truck related would be an incident. Anything truck or trailer related is an accident macro. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And they go to different people depending on what it is. There
Right.
are, like, I don't get accident macros, but I get incident ones
Right.
because it could be potentially something that would involve, you know, HR if needed, so.
Right. The last thing that I have on my list to cover is there's been some questions and stuff going around. We've had a lot more hours of service reports being able to be ran. And the big thing about that is our guards here at the Joplin Yard are now tri-state employees, which, if you don't understand the value of that, it has been
Huge.
It's amazing. I can't even put it into words. So the number one violation for hours of service across the nation, period. Talk to any DOT officer, any FMCSA advisor, anybody in the citation world, they will tell you the number one violation in hours of service right now is improper use of PC. Improper use of PC is the number one for any hours of service violation. So a big thing that we did was we turned on those reports to be able to go to our after hours guards and stuff. So yes, anytime you get in the PC, personal conveyance mode, and it looks like you are under dispatch, or if you are going in the direction of your load, if it looks like you are questionably even a little bit in violation in the regulations for personal conveyance, those guards are going to shoot you a message asking you the details of what's going on. Did you drop your trailer in Safe Haven and your bobtail into Walmart? Because that's okay, but it's not going to show in the dispatch system. So that's the big thing is our guards are now working those PC reports, so you guys will be contacted by them in real time when that stuff is happening. The other thing is before too long, we're gonna put more reports on your guards. For instance, speed policy. We still have a few trucks out there that break speed policy from time to time, and we're gonna activate those. That way, if you're breaking speed policy, just a reminder, that's if you run for owner operators at 74 mile an hour. For company trucks, you should never exceed 72. But if you break those thresholds, we do get an email alert on those. And then we want to talk to you about what was going on. Were we rolling faster down a mountain than we should have been? Are we cutting you way too close on a delivery schedule and we need to work on that on the operational side? Whatever it may be, those are just conversations that we're going to start having. So the big information is our guards here in Joplin, they're the ones contacting you after hours. That's usually Cody, it's Zane, it's Daniel, but all of those guys are the ones that are shooting you Qualcomm messages, asking you to give them a shout for extra details, that kind of stuff, just to clear that up before Haley has to get in the office and start working on those reports in the morning. So we are super happy and just over the moon that we've been able to add those extra working hours into our safety department, because the more we can do to keep you guys rolling down the road and not in violation, doing it safely. Can't argue with that's the best policy for everybody. So that's all that I had on my bullet points. Do we have any other questions that popped up?
Nope.
Or
No questions at this time.
okay. Well, I appreciate everybody on Leap Day.
Yeah. I will add one more thing. Andy mentioned the t-shirts that are coming out for the Carrier's Edge. We are still working on the design for those. They are almost complete. We are just waiting on one more thing from Andy. But I'm going to put out one big reminder. If your address is not correct in the system that we will mail these shirts to, please contact HR. You can send them an email. You can call them. You can tell your driver manager, but please, preferably human resources, make sure that those mailing addresses are correct, because I am the one that mailed those out, and I go based off of the address that human resources have. Also remember that winning prizes, driver appreciation, any sort of thing like that, we also use that address that you have given human resources. So if that is the correct mailing address, great. If it is not, please contact them as soon as possible. That was just kind of a friendly reminder. I know that I get quite a few of those back undeliverable or not at this address. And I know it's because most of the time you are living in those trucks. But please, home address where we can deliver those shirts to you, or any other swag that we might send out to you. Just make sure those addresses are up to date. And that is all. So I think we're good.
Yep.
Yep,
Good.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, guys, have a great day. Happy Leap Day. I won't get to say that again for another 4 years. That will be 2028. Have a great Thursday. Drive safe. Thank you.